Welcome back to the English Tutorial Podcast. I'm Alice, and today we're tackling a struggle that almost everyone faces: overthinking. Have you ever caught yourself stuck in a never-ending cycle of thoughts, analysing every detail, worrying about things that may never even happen? Maybe you replay conversations in your head, obsess over decisions, or feel mentally exhausted from all the what-ifs. If that sounds familiar, don't worry, you're not alone. Overthinking can be overwhelming, but the good news is there are ways to break free from it. In today's episode, I'll be sharing 10 powerful strategies that can help you quiet your mind, gain clarity, and take control of your thoughts. So, whether you're commuting, relaxing at home, or out for a walk, grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive in. 1. Recognize. When you're overthinking, before you can stop overthinking, you need to recognize when it's happening. The tricky part: overthinking often disguises itself as problem-solving or careful planning. It can feel like you're being productive, when, in reality, your mind is just running in circles. Signs you might be overthinking. You keep replaying past conversations, wondering if you said the wrong thing. You spend excessive time worrying about future scenarios that may never happen. You struggle to make decisions because you're afraid of making the wrong choice. Your thoughts feel like a tangled mess, leaving you feeling anxious or drained. The key here is awareness. Once you notice that you're overthinking, you gain the power to interrupt the cycle. Think of it like catching yourself scrolling endlessly on your phone. Once you realize what you're doing, you can make a conscious choice to stop. 2. Challenge your thoughts. Did you know that not every thought you have is true? In fact, many of them are just exaggerated fears or worst-case scenarios our minds create. When you start overthinking, it's important to question those thoughts rather than automatically believing them. Try this. The next time you catch yourself spiraling, pause and ask, is this thought based on facts, or is it just my imagination? Do I have concrete evidence to support this worry, or am I assuming the worst? Often we create stress by expecting the worst when there's no actual reason to. Instead of letting your thoughts drag you down, try shifting your mindset. Ask yourself, what's the best that could happen? This simple mental shift can reduce anxiety, give you a fresh perspective, and help you think more rationally. The truth is, your brain is wired to protect you from potential dangers, even ones that don't actually exist. By challenging your thoughts, you take back control and stop fear from running the show. Action tip: write down an overthinking thought you've had recently and then challenge it with logic. Is there actual proof for this worry, or is it just a fear-based assumption? 3. Practice mindfulness. One of the most effective ways to stop overthinking is by bringing your focus back to the present moment. Overthinking thrives when your mind is stuck in the past or worrying about the future. But when you practice mindfulness, you give your brain something else to focus on: the now. How to practice mindfulness: deep breathing. Take a slow breath in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat a few times and notice how your mind slows down. Body awareness. Pay attention to how your body feels right now. Notice the feeling of your feet on the ground, the air on your skin, or the way your muscles relax as you breathe. Engage your senses. Close your eyes and listen to the sounds around you. Touch different surfaces and notice their textures. Eat something slowly, savoring every bite. The goal is to bring your mind back to reality. Mindfulness isn't about stopping your thoughts, it's about observing them without getting caught up in them. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes to quiet your mind and let go of unnecessary worries. 4. Limit decision-making. Time. One of the biggest struggles for overthinkers is decision paralysis, spending too much time analysing every possible outcome. Whether it's choosing what to wear, which restaurant to go to, or making a big life decision, the constant what if can be exhausting. How to stop overthinking decisions. Set a time limit. Give yourself a fixed amount of time, 5, 10, or 15 minutes depending on the decision, to weigh your options. Once the time is up, make your choice and move on. Trust your gut. Most of the time, your first instinct is right. Overanalyzing won't necessarily lead to a better choice. It just leads to more stress. Remind yourself, no decision is perfect. Instead of searching for the perfect option, focus on making a good decision with the information you have. 5. Engage in a distracting activity. Overthinking thrives in an idle mind. The more time you spend sitting and analyzing every detail, the deeper you sink into the loop of endless thoughts. The best way to break this cycle: shift your focus. Effective ways to distract your mind. Move your body. Physical activities like running, yoga, or dancing can help clear your mind and release stress. Engage in a creative hobby. Painting, writing, playing music, or even cooking can absorb your attention and shift your thoughts away from overanalyzing. Read or listen to something uplifting. A good book, an inspiring podcast, or even your favorite playlist can redirect your thoughts and uplift your mood. Spend time with people. A great conversation or some laughter with friends can instantly break the cycle of overthinking. When your mind is actively engaged in something productive or enjoyable, it has less space to dwell on unnecessary worries. Overthinking often happens when you aren't doing anything, so filling your time with meaningful activities is one of the best ways to combat it. 6. Write it down. One of the simplest yet most powerful ways to break free from overthinking is to write your thoughts down. Why? Because when your worries are stuck in your head, they feel chaotic and overwhelming. But once you put them on paper, they become tangible, structured, and often less intimidating. How journaling helps: declutters your mind. Getting your thoughts out of your head reduces mental overload, reveals patterns. You may start to notice recurring fears, self-doubt, or unnecessary worries. Provides clarity. What seemed like a huge problem in your head might not feel as overwhelming once it's written down. Try this. Brain dump. Set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes and write down everything that's on your mind. No filters, no judgment. Write a worry list. List out all the things you're overthinking, then go through them one by one. Ask yourself, is this something I can control? If not, cross it off. Reframe your thoughts. After writing down a negative thought, challenge it. Is this really true? What's a more positive or realistic way to look at it? 7. Take action. Rocket overthinking tricks you into feeling like you're doing something useful. You analyze, you weigh options, you go over every possible scenario, but nothing actually happens. Thinking is not the same as doing. The best way to break the cycle of overthinking: take action. How to shift from thinking to doing. Start small. If the task feels overwhelming, break it into bite-sized steps. Set a deadline. Give yourself a strict deadline to make a decision or take the first step. Adopt a done is better than perfect mindset. Perfectionism fuels overthinking. It's better to take imperfect action than to stay stuck in your head. Examples: overthinking an email, send it. Worried about a presentation, practice it. Stressed about a conversation, have it. Anxious about a big goal. Take one small step today. The moment you take action, you shift your focus from endless thoughts to real progress. Even tiny steps can make a huge difference. Remember, action dissolves overthinking. 8. Set boundaries for your thoughts. Overthinking can feel like an unstoppable force creeping into every moment of your day. But what if you could contain it? Instead of letting worries take over, give yourself permission to think about them, but only within a designated time frame. How to set a worry window. Choose a time, pick a 10 to 15 minute slot in your day, e.g. 6 p.m. to 6:15 p.m., just for overthinking. Go all in. During that time, write down or think through your worries freely. No holding back. Shift your focus. Once time's up, move on to something productive. Remind yourself, I already gave this thought attention, now it's time to let it go. 9. Prioritize self-care. Your mind and body are deeply connected. When you're sleep-deprived, stressed, or running on junk food, your brain becomes more vulnerable to overthinking. On the other hand, when you take care of your physical health, your mental state naturally improves. Simple self-care habits to reduce overthinking. Get quality sleep. Lack of sleep makes your brain more prone to anxious, repetitive thoughts. Aim for at least 7 to 9 hours per night. Stay active. Exercise releases feel-good endorphins, reduces stress, and helps clear mental fog. Even a short walk can do wonders. Eat nourishing foods. A well-balanced diet with enough protein, healthy fats, and vitamins keeps your brain functioning optimally. Unplug and recharge. Reduce screen time, practice relaxation techniques, and take breaks when needed. Your mind needs rest just as much as your body does. Think of self-care as mental maintenance. Just like you wouldn't drive a car without fuel, you shouldn't expect your mind to function well without proper care.